Hey, welcome to the Green Apple Home. Today I felt like I was so super productive. I can't even begin to tell you how much I got accomplished today. So I have one more day left of my house diet slash decluttering challenge, and I have a big goal to reach, and I'll tell you about it in a minute. But yeah, first I started off doing a little bit of box tops and Campbell soup label organization for my daughter's school, so I can just start fresh because I'm sick of having them clutter up my drawer. And then I decided to go to the shoes because I had this bin full. It was actually up overflowing in this bin full of shoes. Got rid of 27 pairs of shoes, my kids and mine. Most of them were for the future use for my second daughter, but her feet are not wide like my first daughter, so she's not going to be able to use the wide shoes. Plus, I was a little bit more picky on what I kept, because some of them weren't that great of condition. So I went from that big overflowing bin to this 3 stacks of bins, and I have them labeled size 11, size 10, boys 8, girls 9. So that's a little bit more neat, and I won't have to rifle through all the bins of shoes if I want to find the next size that she's going into. By the way, she can use these sizes because after a while my first daughter's feet started quit being wide and then they started being normal. So anyways, so there's that. Yeah, so this is all this stuff right there from this dresser to this couch. All that is leaving. I finally got my husband to go through. He got a job maybe 4 or 5 months ago and cleaned out his desk, and I made him go through his stuff, and I'm like, if they've been sitting in the garage for this long, do you think that you really need it? So all he kept was the office. It's like a Dwight Schrute squeeze head guy. If you've seen The Office, you'll know who that is. Anyways, so that went through some of the kitchens, got rid of a what is that called? Recipe book. This hamper I've always hated. I'll have a story about that hamper I'll tell you later, but yeah, I'm getting rid of it. And just some more Polly Pocket stuff is leaving. Me and my daughter had this little discussion because there were Polly Pockets still all over the floor. I said, you know what, if you can't pick them up, then you don't need this many. So she threw a fit at first, but then I gave her a little bin full that was all nice and neat, and it was like a small bin. I said, okay, this should be more manageable. If you can't pick these up, then they're just leaving. So we're going to see if she can pick it up, because really, honestly, even me, who can clean up this much? And these things are so little, and they get everywhere. Like the tiny shoes, I'm like, we're not doing that anymore. Tiny, tiny pieces. And you saw in my other vlog, I think I got rid of about that same size of Polly Pocket, just stuff. Polly Pockets. Oh, they're like mom's nightmare. Anyways, there's that. My sister called me from a thrift store and said, there's these cute Christmas mice and they're nuzzling noses. And I was like, she's like, do you want them? I was like, no, that's fine. But she came by and gave them to me anyways. So I was like, okay, that's wonderful and all, but I told you no, and I don't want them. This is the point of this story, though, because long time ago when I was little, I used to love, right here, I still have it right out, my little mouse in the nutshell. It's an actual walnut, and it's made of felt and beads and a cotton blanket. I love this mouse. I mean, I took such good care of it. I still have it to this day on my shelf. I love this mouse. I still love this mouse. Anyways, just because I love that mouse, she started buying me like mouse books and then like mouse figurines. And I'm not the mouse woman. I'm not the mouse woman. I'm not going to be the mouse woman. I'm not keeping that figurine. I told her not to buy it. She did anyways. I'm in control of what I collect. And I'm not collecting mice. If you have another mouse in a nutshell like that, though, I might want it. Anyways, it's just funny, though. You know, if you love something, people think they have to give you it and you want more of it. Over here, I decided to also get rid of this step 2 desk because we don't use it that much, and I'm like, well, they can color up to the table. I don't really need this. This slide, because they have a playground in the backyard. This was a project for outside, but the window panes broke, and I was just like, you know what? sometimes you have to just drop your vision that you want for something. I originally had planned to take this inside and put pictures behind it and make it like a weathered window looking picture frame with pictures behind it. And didn't happen. Stayed outside, got a little weathered, which wasn't too bad. I was like, oh, it'll even look better. But the glass came out, and now it's just a project that if I really wanted to get it done, I'd have to spend a lot of time, which I don't have. So I'm just letting this project go. Sometimes you just have to let projects go. More clothes, some potty training stuff. Yeah. Let me see if I can get this all in one shot. Oh, I just bumped my head. That was nice. So that is leaving. And this is leaving. Don't freak out either if you see this potty somewhere else in my house, because I had two. I'm keeping one. My girl goes on the little potty seat, the little seat that you put on the potty. But for a boy, I'm not sure. I like the little thing, how it goes up for the pee-pee guard. I'm not sure. I've never potty trained a boy before, so I'm just keeping one of them just in case. I love it. Better than trying to have them not splash everywhere. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, so yeah, 120 pounds out of my house, and I added everything up so far. If I get 50 pounds out of my house tomorrow, which is quite a lot, I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of getting to my limit. I'm like, okay, what else is there? But I'm sure maybe I can round up 50 more pounds. I'm not sure. Anyways, if I get rid of 50 more pounds out of my house tomorrow, I will have gotten rid of a total of half a ton of weight in my house. That is, what is that? 1,000 pounds. Yeah, because a ton is 2,000 pounds. I will have gotten rid of 1,000 pounds if I can get rid of 50 pounds worth of junk tomorrow. So I'll be like going through my house trying to, you know, every little knickknack, everything counts. So I think it'd be awesome to say I got rid of half a ton of stuff out of my house. I think that's kind of a little kind of claimed fame. So anyways, I'll probably be doing that. But even so, oh my gosh, it is getting a lot easier to clean. I'll have a summary of, you know, my decluttering challenge, and then I'll pick the winner. But it just, all in all, has been a really good experience. Very hard though, like time consuming, trading sleep for actually getting stuff done. That was a big trade-off. But for a month's time, you can do anything pretty much. You can do anything for a month. So anyways, we will see you next time on the Green Apple Home, where hopefully I can get rid of 50 pounds worth of stuff. Wish me luck. What can I count?